Hello, Gloucester. I'm Jeremy McKeen, and I'm excited to be running for school committee. I've been teaching high school English in the city of Lynn since 2001, and I've had the pleasure of seeing all levels of education, whether it was as a coach, club and class advisor, AP honors and college placement teacher, curriculum committee member, building rep, or 504 coordinator. I've worked with the best teachers, paraprofessionals, and school staff, as well as under several principals and superintendents, so I know what the system looks like and how it works best for students, parents, and teachers. Gloucester has been a wonderful home for my family. My 3 kids are currently in Gloucester schools, Beeman, O'Malley, and the high school, and their education has been paramount to our concerns as parents. Their teachers and programs have been excellent, going back to those pre-kindergarten days at Gloucester Preschool, and now it's hard to believe that we'll have a GHS graduate in just 2 years. I'm running for school committee because I love this city. I love teaching, and I want to serve as part of a team that helps guide education. One that takes care of each school staff, greenlights funding for programs, brings new educational ventures to students of all ages, and cares for its buildings and spaces. As an educator, I'll be able to add my talent to my service and work closely with the committee on issues that directly affect our way of life as learners, workers, and citizens. As a teacher at a vocational technical school, I've witnessed the success of students who get twice the education and have gone on to not just college, but the trades as well. This success is vital to our population as we face an ever-changing world of new technical and classic vocational trades. I've seen students firsthand get into jobs through their shop and find their place in the world before graduation. Suffice to say, I look forward to seeing more success for the VOTEC track at GHS. Recently, my wife and I had, for 3 Thursdays in a row, the pleasure of attending Meet the Teacher Night at all of my children's schools. Whether it was our 3rd grader's teacher talking about how much she loves her job, our 8th graders' top-notch roster of educators sharing their personality and lives with us, or our sophomores' 2-year journey with only the best guides who have seen him through and towards greatness. Our hearts filled over and over again with pride. Over the years, our children have sung, acted, and danced on Gloucester stages. They've planted and reaped vegetables in school gardens. They've earned spots in the school band, and they've learned from the best and most kind teachers and paraprofessionals. As a part of the Lynn Teachers Union, I ran and became a building representative for 7 years, and then held a seat on the executive committee following that. During this time, I also had the high honor of working with the AFL-CIO as a futures representative, all because the LTU believes in their teachers and paraprofessionals enough to provide training, classes, and programs. I am a better teacher and leader because of all this, and look to share my experiences as part of my worldview. For the past few years, I've also been able to be part of the Gloucester Democratic City Committee, where I've had an education in local city life and the basic needs of our neighbors. First as social media outreach, and then as Ward 1 chair, I've worked with the people of our city and Cape and seen firsthand the workings of democracy, unity, and community involvement. I once had the opportunity to meet one of my favorite writers, Kurt Vonnegut Jr., who, upon hearing that I was going into teaching, told me that teaching is the most important job one can have in a democracy. This rings true for every level of education, as our teachers and paraprofessionals hold the first line of defense against a society that can often be unruly and anything but democratic. It is with this that I ask for your consideration and vote. I look forward to working with the mayor, superintendent, school committee, school administrators, as well as the school staff in and out of the classroom. Together, we can provide all the necessary means for every student to succeed in the Gloucester school system. Thank you for your time, and I hope to gain your vote on November 7th.
Hello, everybody in TV land. My name is Keith Mineo. I'm a Gloucester townie who grew up in the tranquil village of Magnolia. I'm a proud GHS graduate, and my main goal is to have our school system garner the respect it deserves for the quality education and memorable experience that I still look back fondly on and value. What Gloucester Public Schools has to offer is impressive. There is something for all of our students to become successful adults, but there's also room to improve. I hope I can bring my experiences to the school committee to further the improvements I've witnessed in my first term on the committee. Before bringing my 2 young kids back to my old stomping grounds, I worked in Berkeley, California at my son's cooperative preschool. As a co-op, parents assumed administrative roles and attended board meetings, and I served as purchaser as well as teacher's assistant. I also spent 20 years at a nonprofit music venue, managing several aspects of the operation while managing staff as well. One of the core missions for that venue was music education. While that was a fabulous experience, I valued my upbringing here at home so much that I brought my own kids back here for the same experiences. Now that I've resettled, I found myself raising my 2 kids as a single dad, and I'm invested in their education so much that I'm running for the school committee once again. Please consider me when you vote in November and let me be your voice for fellow parents and advocate for all of our kids. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Richard J. Roberts Jr., and I am a 38-year-old native of Gloucester. I am a product of the Gloucester Public School System, and after graduating from Gloucester High School in 2003, I entered the workforce. Today, I serve as a security officer for Beth Israel Lahey Hospital and as a shift supervisor for Allied Universal. My wife Maria and I were married in 2009, and we have 2 beautiful girls, Savannah and Isabella. Both are students in the Gloucester Public School System. They have some of the best teachers who are always going the extra mile to help a student succeed, grow, and become the best versions of themselves that they can be. I fully support Gloucester teachers and the amazing dedicated paraprofessionals who work tirelessly beside them in the classroom each and every day. Despite the constant efforts of school staff, bullying is sadly part of everyday life for far too many children. Working as a security officer, I've seen firsthand what physical and emotional harm bullying does to the victims. Those who choose to threaten, scare, and physically harm others have to be held accountable. They also need help too. I've talked to many students who say they are afraid to simply be themselves or even raise their hand for fear of giving the wrong answer and being made fun of in class. Schools need to be a place for safety and not for only from bodily and emotional harm, but also intellectual harm. How do we change this? What are the answers? We're going to find it. Beyond that, very important issues, the report that the state and U.S. Department of Education aren't looking at the graduation rates or test scores as intently as they should be. Gloucester High School is ranked 239 out of 641 schools in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. According to Public School Review, the Gloucester school system has a graduation rate of 86%, which is below the state average of 93%. That puts Gloucester into the bottom 50 percentile. That is unacceptable. We are not the worst, but we're far from the best that we can be, and we should be doing better. Hope to graduate successful, productive citizens. We also have potential huge budget issues looming in the city if they decide to move forward with combining Plum Cove and Beaman schools by building another huge facility. I pledge to work tirelessly to make sure that the school committee budget is wisely spent. I also pledge to be transparent about everything in the schools committee is doing and to make sure Gloucester school system is synonymous with the great state of Massachusetts, but also the nation. I will work to ensure our schools are safe and welcoming for all students, and that our teachers always have the tools needed to help our children succeed. My name is Richard J. Roberts Jr., and I am asking for your vote on November 7th, 2023. Thank you, and God bless you.
Awesome.
I like it.
Perfect.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Clancy,
I'm excited to be running for re-election for an 8th term on the school committee. My son Neville graduated last year after receiving a wonderful education in Gloucester Public Schools. He recently settled into his 2nd year of college. I have been honored to serve our great community and remain excited about the work of the school committee. How can I begin any comments on our schools without celebrating the opening of the new East Veterans Elementary School, a project that opened on time and is likely going to come in under budget. This is exciting for so many students and families, and equally so for teachers and staff. Investing in education is so important, and this school is just one example of how Gloucester values children. Gloucester schools have made great progress during my tenure. Student achievement is up, support for students and families have increased significantly, facilities have been vastly improved, including new windows at O'Malley and new playgrounds at Beeman and Plum Cove schools. New curricula and diverse learning opportunities are in place across the district, including expanded CVTE programs and a significant growth in music instrument participation. Let me tell you a little more about me. I have been dedicated to public education in Gloucester for a long time. I've been an active volunteer of the Gloucester Education Foundation since my son was 3.5 years old. I have an undergraduate degree in accounting and an MBA in finance. I worked in finance for over 20 years, where I was responsible for finance, operational management, and strategic planning. I currently serve as the chair of the school committee, which is quite an honor. Given my tenure, I have held many roles, including many years as the chair of the Building and Finance Subcommittee, where my finance background has been essential in evaluating initiatives and budget priorities with educational goals in mind. I've also chaired the Program Subcommittee. I am also a member of the East Gloucester Veterans School Building Committee and was previously on the West Parish Building Committee. Both projects were successful in delivering a new school on time and within budget, and which greatly improved the learning environment for students and teachers. I am committed to continuous improvement through sound short and long-term planning. The district's plan for ongoing improvement drives this planning and budget priorities. Our schools are the heart of the community, and I believe every milestone of students' education should be supported and celebrated by all of us. Really great things are happening in Gloucester Public Schools, but there's always more work to be done. My goal has always been for every child in Gloucester to receive an excellent education with diverse opportunities that inspire them to love learning and launches them into a successful future. This is what I'm passionate about, and I would be honored to continue serving on the school committee. I ask for your vote on November 7th and hope you will encourage your friends and family to join you. Thank you, 1623 Studios, for hosting this candidate forum, and to all of you for listening.
Hello, my name is Joy Teixeira Prince, and I'm asking for your vote for school committee. Let me briefly tell you about myself, why I want to remain member to the committee, and about my past accomplishments and future endeavors regarding teaching and learning for all children in the Gloucester Public Schools. Born and raised in Gloucester, I attended and graduated from Gloucester Public Schools. My continued education includes degrees in paralegal studies, business management, and a law degree, passing the Massachusetts Bar in 2007. I've been employed at the Gloucester District Court for the past 30 years, assisting local residents with matters of domestic violence, mental health, substance use, and criminal and civil matters. I'm married to retired firefighter Jay Prince, have 2 daughters, 2 grandchildren, one who is currently attending her first year at Gloucester High. I've been a member of the Gloucester School Committee for 16 years, where I've been a strong advocate for kids and families. In addition, I was also a member of the Essex Tech School Committee for 9 years, vigorously advocating for technical and vocational education. My experience brings to the table a full knowledge of open meeting laws and regulations, Robert's rules that govern our meetings, and the laws of the Commonwealth, which govern our committee and the business we take to task. I currently serve as chairperson to the school committee's Building and Finance Subcommittee, working to manage a $50 million school budget with a watchful eye to spending, resulting in a high impact to teaching and learning. I find the work of the committee extremely rewarding and want to build upon the progress set forward to improve instruction in a safe, thriving learning environment. In recent years, I've been team member to many capital project initiatives, including the new Essex Tech facility, the new West Parish and East Veterans Schools, new playgrounds at Plum Cove and Beeman Schools, new windows and doors at O'Malley, new security enhanced entrances at our schools, the new field and gym at the high school, lockers, projects, and so much more. Utilizing one-time funding and grants from the state, the committee has recently invested heavily in the new curriculum and targeted intervention programs. These include Wit and Wisdom for English learners and Math and Focus, which are already showing improvements at the kindergarten through grade 5 levels and have shown to be impressive and exciting to the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. The Fairly New Trails program strengthens Tier 1 instruction and assists with social and emotional programs. Gloucester Schools recently partnered with the Core Solace program that connects students and families with resources and supports to address mental health and substance use matters. The recently introduced RAISE program established a partnership with Unity Access Center located downtown, which seeks to empower youth from all backgrounds and supports and assists students with many challenges, including absenteeism and dropout prevention. New curriculum at O'Malley supports alignment with the high school curriculum and seeks to empower the voices of students at middle school grade levels. New hires have improved support to students through our special education department, impacting 24% of the student population who have disabilities. In the coming school year, you will learn more about the new medical assistant program being developed as a fifth track to our CVTE Career Vocational Technical Education program, providing an additional career path for high school students. There are so many positive happenings in our school. Know that your taxpaying dollars are being spent wisely, investing to support the needs of all our students, ensuring education is inclusive and equitable for each and every student we serve, helps to assure each student feels welcomed and seen. I do my best to treat all with respect, am a good listener, and develop policies and procedures to provide support systems, believing strongly that every day in school matters and every child belongs. I want to take this opportunity to thank the Gloucester community for your support electing me over the past years, especially when I faced my own challenges. I take the work of the school committee very seriously, go into meetings prepared for debate with a strong, active voice for all students and their families. My name is fifth on the ballot. I am asking you for one of your votes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Laura Wiessen, and I'm running for my third term on the Gloucester School Committee. As I look back on my years on the committee, I feel proud of the work we've done during these past 4 years. First and foremost, we kept our schools open as COVID raged, providing education and safe spaces for our students as the world twisted around them. I'm grateful to our educators, our administrators, our nurses, and our staff for doing that incredibly hard work for those difficult months. It may seem like a long time ago now, but I see every day how much their hard work allowed us to reach important milestones today, including rolling out new curriculum in the elementary and middle schools. Gloucester teachers were piloting new curriculum while managing a pandemic. Superheroes. Because of my background in communications, I was a TV news and documentary producer for many years. My initial goal as a school committee member was improving communication. Now, as chair of the Ad Hoc Communications Subcommittee, we have a Facebook group with close to 1,000 members that regularly shares information about school issues and upcoming meetings. Superintendent Lummis has overseen the redesign of our website to make it more user-friendly and worked with the advice of a communications working group to find creative ways to spread the word about our schools. I continue to believe that access to information in multiple languages is essential to strengthening our schools and engaging more families in our important work. As chairperson of the program subcommittee, I'm proud of the work we did developing a new attendance policy for the district. We did a deep dive with administration on how missing a single day, or 5, or 10, has a direct influence on student learning and academic and social outcomes. We passed a new policy to encourage attendance, not penalize absence, because every day matters. In the next year, the program subcommittee will be tackling the complex issue of social media and device use in Gloucester schools. I'm eager to work with administration and hear the findings of their working group on how to reach a balance that prioritizes student learning and emotional well-being. I'm confident we can create a thoughtful policy that protects our students and our staff. We've made progress, and we still have lots of work to do. Among my priorities for the next term will be a continued focus on improving learning and culture at the middle school. We have a new principal at O'Malley, Michael Titus, and I look forward to working with him and the administration to see how we can continue to support growth and achievement there. Hiring more diverse staff so our students can see themselves reflected in the trusted adults around them. And continuing to manage our budgets carefully and with an eye to the future, so we can continue to meet the needs of our students. One thing that has become even more clear to me during my time on the school committee is that public education is an incredibly diverse and complex system that relies on all staff and the wider community to function well. I see the ways that every single member of our staff, from teachers to educational support professionals, to nurses, to custodians, to bus drivers, to food service workers, to clinical staff, to administrators, to school secretaries, and everyone else who serves as a trusted adult for our students. Everyone is integral to the creative, compassionate, and effective operation of our school district. I'm eager to continue my role supporting our schools by creating thoughtful policy and a balanced budget for another term. Thank you, Gloucester, for this opportunity. The election is on November 7th, and I'm number 6 on the ballot. I'd be grateful for your vote. Let's keep improving Gloucester schools together.
Greetings, fellow Gloucester citizens. My name is Bill Melvin, and I'm a candidate for re-election to the Gloucester School Committee on November 7th. For those who don't know me, please allow me a moment to introduce myself. I was born and raised in Manchester, and I'm a graduate of what was then the Manchester Public School System. Upon graduation, I entered the United States Army, where I proudly served our nation. Since leaving the Army, I've spent over 35 years in the industrial manufacturing world. I'm also a 30-year resident of Gloucester and still live in the same house on Western Ave that my wife Beth Ann and I were fortunate enough to have purchased shortly after being married. We are the proud parents of 3 graduates of the Gloucester Public School System. Upon graduation from high school, all 3 of our children went on to 4-year universities where they graduated on time and with degrees. Just as it was 2 years ago, my candidacy is based on 4 principles that I believe are paramount to any public educational undertaking. Those principles are as follows. Responsibility. All of us involved with the schools have a daily responsibility to offer the students of Gloucester a quality education. Having sat on the school committee for 2 years now, I can say with certainty that in almost all cases that responsibility is being met. Our schools are filled with outstanding educators, administrators, and support staff, all people that care deeply and are committed to public education. Opportunity. It is imperative that each child, regardless of their educational standing or abilities, be given the opportunity to reach their full potential. Again, after 2 years, I can see that both in and out of the classrooms, students have an assortment of opportunities to grow and experience different avenues of interest and paths to personal success. The Gloucester Public Schools do a terrific job in ensuring that every graduating student knows that opportunity was and is the key to their success. Impact. Our community, and for that matter, our world, is searching for impactful, discerning young people that are of high character. There is no better or bigger stage for our city's youth to develop these skills necessary to become those types of people than the classrooms, athletic fields, theater venues, band auditoriums, and various other settings within the Gloucester Public Schools. Our work is to help cultivate that type of environment, which I like to think we most certainly do at each and every level of our school in our school district. Enthusiasm. I've been accused by some of being literally the biggest cheerleader for the many wonderful things that happen throughout our schools, and it's a moniker I wear proudly. Our students do some terrific things, and I'm constantly amazed at seeing examples of that. The flip side of that coin is that my own experience and my experiences on the committee have taught me that there's also plenty of work to be done. No school is without issues, and ours is certainly no different. My job is to bring the same enthusiasm to the issues we face and try to meet them head on. I like to think I'm doing that, and I would hope that you see me in that same manner. It's important to me that our schools improve, and that we have both the short and long-term vision to see that goal come to fruition. In closing, please know that I am committed to continuing to work diligently on the business of the committee, thus helping to create the framework needed to educate our children so that we can all continue to proclaim you can get where you want to go from the Gloucester Public Schools. Thank you very much, and I'd appreciate your vote on November 7th.